Hello. Welcome.
Every time.
God damn it.
That's what you say every time.
Well, you know, fuck it. Consistency. How's it going, guys? Today, we got a guest, Andre's girlfriend, Rochelle.
I like how you switched it from lady friend.
She seemed to get offended the first time. I don't know. I was making a joke. We're all in our silly mood today, apparently.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be another messy episode,
You're
guys.
silly.
Hold on.
You're silly.
Real silly.
So anyway, introduce yourself. Hello.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hello, I'm Rochelle, Rachel, Rochelle,
However, whatever fits
All
your
the
fancy.
above.
whatever fits. Yeah.
We all have a lot of different names here. It's gonna get interesting.
Well, yeah, Andre is now known as the Flop.
Oh,
trying,
yes.
trying to make it as Grandmaster Chef Oz, but you guys will be here for the come up. You know, that's
Wait,
the
but
great thing about
why
it.
the flop though?
Because he flops every single time.
Because I could
True.
do the
Every
best
time.
belly flop out of everyone that you've seen.
That's great.
So before, Andre, you said you want to talk about horror movies.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
shit.
I have the perfect horror movie. I don't know
Yeah?
if you guys have seen the trailer for it, but the new they're making a Cats movie.
Oh my
Oh
god.
Cats the
yeah,
musical
I
movie?
didn't. I seen that, but I didn't
Yeah.
get to like.
Looks
It's
truly,
actually
truly terrifying. Like it's what nightmares are made of.
Honestly, I don't know how they could have made it worse, because I don't know if you've seen the trailer, but excuse me. But like some of the cats wear clothes. Some of them have fur that are
What
clothes.
do you mean by like clothes?
Like they wear straight up clothes. Like they wear like Donald Duckett. They wear a jacket, and no pants. Some of them have pants but no shirt, and then some of them have like fur that is their clothes, but then some of them are just like straight up cats that have nothing. Like, are they just naked? Are they running around? I don't understand. And they're also like very small. There's a scene where they're running around on a.
Oh, so they're kittens.
Nah, they look like fucking ants. They're like
What?
running around on a giant dinner table, and they're like the size of a cup. I swear to God, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, like if you were to scale like Winnie, for example,
Yeah.
to
It'd be like
an
2.5
actual cat.
Winnies.
yeah, to like what the cats were
Give
doing
or
in
take
this
like
movie.
2.5.
Not it would be like the size of Winnie's leg. How big these cats are.
So it's like, oh, so they're
maybe
trying to
up to
do
her
like a bunch of
waist.
mice, like,
Yeah, like the mice.
but it's
yeah.
but it's cats.
But it's cats.
Just looks terrifying.
And they're like possessed or
No, they're
Yeah.
just cats, man. The reason it's a horror movie is because they look terrifying. It's the musical Cats. Have you ever heard of the musical Cats? People prance around on stage.
I think so.
You know the Family Guy bit where Peter's like, I hit a cat once, and he drives onto the stage and hits a bunch of cat that's cats, and they're all dressed up in like cat makeup and shit. But it's not as terrifying as this, by far. And like Jason Derulo is in it. and
Jason
shit.
Derulo.
Yeah, he's in it.
Taylor
That's a
Swift.
blast from the past.
Taylor Swift is in it. Fucking some old ass fucking really famous chick. I can't remember her name.
Rebel Wilson.
Jason Derulo.
Yeah, that's the one that hit me the hardest.
What
was
was his
Jason
song?
Derulo. Something about a girl.
What his one
Something
song
about a
maybe?
girl, yeah. Jesus Christ.
So did what else
And then
is
of
there?
course, if an actual horror movie, the It Chapter 2. Have you guys seen the trailer?
Oh
for that?
yeah.
No, I haven't.
didn't see the
It's-
trailer.
Looks good.
Fucking looks
I
terrifying.
ain't fucking. I haven't even watched the first
First
one
one?
to
The
be
first one's
honest.
good.
First one's great. First one's amazing.
Like the first trailer or the first It movie?
Both.
Oh. Wait, the first one I thought was really funny.
The original one is like.
Yeah, it had
really
more of a
good.
lighthearted tone, definitely, I think. But it feels like in this one, they're going balls to the walls horror, straight up. And it looks fucking terrifying.
Because in this one he's pissed. Isn't this when
Yeah,
he comes back?
Exactly.
And he's like, you guys
Yeah, he wants.
fucked
He
up.
wants. Okay.
Jesus
Christ.
That's really fast.
Yeah, like he's pissed off. He wants revenge because they kicked his ass in the first movie.
They're all grown up
Fucking
now, right?
kids.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
they're
second one,
adults.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all.
But he's
they're all
still a
set.
kid. He's still pretending to be a clown. Obviously, there's a bigger issue that
Well,
they're trying
apparently-
to portray in the movie.
Apparently, it is like eternity years old. He's like was around before the universe. So
So
yeah, there's that to go off of.
Yeah, Jordan's right in the know. He just read the book.
Yeah, I just finished the book. It's fucking 1,100 pages. Ridiculous. But great. I would definitely read it again.
Eternity years old.
He's around before the universe. That's the best way I can put it. He's eternity years old.
Apparently, it was him and like a turtle.
Him and a giant turtle. And the turtle vomited up the universe. And then Pennywise was like, all right, fuck this. And like, he vomited up the universe, went to sleep, and Pennywise was like, okay, this is boring. I'm out of here. And then went to Derry, Maine, and started eating children.
Wow.
So it sounds. I don't
It's
know if I believe that, to be
fucked up.
honest.
It was honestly Stephen King's like
fucking acid
yeah,
trip.
it's like
Yeah.
heavy coke days, 100%. There's a part in this book where
He's like, he's on Miracle. He's like, and he vomited up a turtle, and he fucking he's running so fast, and everyone's just like, all right. It's kind of
Yeah, like-
scaring everyone, so everyone's like, all right, no problem, no problem.
there's a part in this book where to get out of the sewers, like, because there's like 6 guys and 1 girl, and they
Yeah.
make up the Losers Club, and the 6 guys,
Losers
they run a train on this fucking girl. I'm not lying. And he goes into like pretty vivid
In the
detail.
book?
In the book,
Yeah.
he goes into pretty vivid detail
What?
about how, like, they all fucked.
That's the one part of the book that sounds like it's true.
Dude, I'm not making any of this up. I swear to God. It's all true.
That's fucked.
What did you have to say
So
to
I
it?
heard a movie that's being made. It's not a horror movie, but you guys remember the show Recess?
Yeah.
I heard they're making a Recess movie.
movie?
Yeah.
Live action, I'm guessing.
They
Yeah.
made a Dora the
I
I
was
also
Explorer
had the
movie.
wrong headphone
Oh,
on the whole
yeah.
time.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Which
that
one, the Dora?
Recess.
Or Recess?
Nah, Recess.
Dora looks like complete trash. Have
Yeah,
you guys seen
Dora
the
looks
trailer
like
for it?
shit. Complete
Looks like
shit.
Guys, I'm in for Dora.
No,
Oh, you
Jordan,
dirtbag.
it
The
looks
Boots,
You're a
really
the,
bad.
dirtbag.
I've seen the trailer.
Jesse,
The
you listen
Boots
to that.
remake?
Listen to this guy.
I like how it's
I'm
a
in for
live action
Dora.
monkey instead of
What's
like
wrong with this guy?
The CGI monkey.
yeah, instead of it being like a fun animated monkey. I like how it's just gonna be a real monkey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool. But
Yeah,
other
but
than
he
that,
looks-
That's
it
great.
Looks like
Looks
garbage.
fucked up.
No, no, it looks amazing. What are you talking about? The whole movie, every concept. Like
The
Dora's
whole
like
movie.
fucking Laura Croft now. That's fucking cool. I like that.
that's
Yeah,
true.
that's fucking sweet. Where's the map though?
Yeah,
Where
straight
is
up.
the
That's my one
map?
complaint.
The map was the biggest
Yeah.
koala.
And the
He and
Swiper?
Swiper were
Is
part of a
Swiper
team.
gonna be in it?
The
Yeah.
map would always send her on the destination where she'd run into Swiper.
I think they
because
were in
he would-
cahoots.
Yeah,
The
of
map and
course. Yeah,
Swiper
that's
were in
what-
cahoots.
They definitely were.
Yeah.
100%.
I was being sarcastic though. I'm not excited. That looks so dumb.
It looks really bad.
And I said last homekeeping thing. I said that the Mulan movie looks really good, but I've been informed. I've been informed recently that Mushu is not going to be in it, and
Or the cricket.
or the cricket, or the general she falls in love with. So it's basically just an Asian chick going to war. So I'm not into that anymore.
I'm with you. I'm with you
Yeah,
on that.
no, fuck
100%.
If you're not gonna have Mushu, it's not Mulan.
It's definitely not. He was. It's like kind of like Genie in Aladdin.
Yeah.
Who
Like,
is
it's
who is
a-
now Will Smith?
Which is fucked up.
It's a good movie, but it's better with Genie. Mulan's a good movie, but it gets better when you're introduced to Mushu.
100. That's who kicks it off. He's like the plot device that makes the movie go forward. Pretty much.
Facts.
You know what though? Was Mulan that good of a movie?
It was.
It was.
Mulan was a great
Was
movie.
it?
What are you
My favorite
talking
movie.
about?
I feel like I'm being attacked right now, guys.
We are
Wait,
attacking
you-
you right now.
You brought up an attack-worthy point.
It's a What's wrong with Mulan? Show your work on how is it not a good movie.
Yeah.
It's
Don't ask the question and be like, yo,
Yes.
you know what? Never mind. Never
Um,
mind.
Tony.
Show your damn work.
Okay, so a good story, good morals. You know, good. I rate it. But
Didn't
the
you
movie,
just say it wasn't a good story?
Yeah, I swear.
No, the movie itself, a lot of singing for me.
That's
For
what
my
Disney.
taking.
That's
Bro, that's
literally
like-
Renaissance
singing for
Disney.
me.
That's like one of the songs with the least singing. Like one of the Disney movies with the least singing.
One of the songs with the least
Shut up!
singing.
I was hoping you wouldn't know this. Like nobody would just brush past
All right, I
that.
take it back. All right.
Classic Macintosh.
Sweating and shit.
So in other news, apparently a Florida man threw his
It's always a Florida man. It's always a Florida man.
He threw his poop at a judge, yelling, "It's protein. It's good for you."
Technically, he's not wrong.
Yeah, but I mean, he threw his poop at a judge.
What kind of trouble you think he got in for that?
Yeah.
What do you think was the punishment for
Go
that?
through.
25 years, guilty. Done.
Yo,
No
the judge,
question.
the judge probably wasn't even pissed. He was just like, she's like,
It was
wipes-
a woman.
She wipes the shit off of her face. She's just like, life. Smacks the gavel. Completely done with the whole situation.
But then, 3 weeks later, after her cravings for the
she gets
shit,
pink eye.
no, she visits him in jail and says she's sorry, but she wants him to do it again.
Wow.
What the fuck?
Okay.
Think about it. Think about
All
it.
right. This is taking a turn. I have a crazy work story because I want to get off that topic real quick.
Yeah,
Yeah, like, how are we
I just wanted to throw that out there.
Quick,
'cause that
nice
was-
fucking segue from here. So there's this.
Some snacks.
Yo, get out of here. You're not supposed to be eating on the podcast. You know
What are
the
you
rule.
doing? This is not. Okay. So there was this dude at work. He caused like a lot of problems and shit. And one time he took his pants off in the break room to change because it was really.
Oh, I'm
it was-
so happy. I
yeah.
didn't know where that was going.
Yeah, no, he was really. It was really hot that day, and he was wearing sweatpants.
Why
Mind
couldn't
you-
he just go to the washroom?
That, I'll get to that. So it's really hot, and this guy wore like a fucking winter parka until the end of June. And he didn't change it until somebody said something at work, like in a big meeting. He's
They're
like,
just like, hey, it's June. You shouldn't be wearing that.
no, we were like in a big meeting, and he had the parka on, and then someone's like, is the AC on in here? It's fucking, because Gerdish has he's cold, obviously, and then the next day he didn't show up with it on. But anyway, so he just takes his pants off and he drops trow in the fucking break room.
Is he wearing shorts underneath?
Yeah,
No,
that's what I was
no,
gonna
he's
ask.
just straight up boxers.
Oh.
Boxer briefs. And then one of the guys in the break room was like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? Like, would you do that if like the lady was, because there was like one lady in the break room, so he's like, would you do that if the lady was in here? He's like, oh, you got a problem, buddy? He's like, yeah, I got a fucking problem. You just took your pants off. Go to the fucking washroom
Fucking
and
dropping
do that.
trout where
Like,
people are eating lunch.
yeah,
and
come
shit.
on. And then it kind of just got dropped, and that was like a month ago. And then the same guy who told him to take his pants off, he just moved his chair in the break room, and then he moved it back. Like Gerdish moved it back. I'm totally fucking name dropping this guy.
I was gonna
But
say,
honestly, I don't give a fuck.
Gerdish, you hear this?
Yeah, I'm calling you out. You're
Yeah.
a dick. Because
You
number
sound
one,
like a dick.
he's never gonna listen to this. Number one, and number two, I honestly don't give a shit. Anyway, so he's like the guy who said, "Why you taking your pants off?" He's like, "Nah, man, you're not sitting at this table anymore." Like, and then again,
You can't sit with us.
basically, yeah, pretty much Mean Girls did. and then
It's Wednesday and you're not wearing pink. You can't sit with
You're
us.
not wearing
So he's like,
pants.
And you're not wearing.
and you're not wearing pants. So then, I don't know what was going through Gerdish's mind, but he was like, "Okay, let's take this to the supervisor." Like
For
he-
what? Wait, for what?
Because he didn't want him sitting at the table anymore. So he's like, "Oh, you got a problem? Let's take it to the supervisor." So then, the guy who was
Tells him.
opposing team was like, "Let's fucking go."
No problem, because you're gonna tell the supervisor.
Yeah,
This guy's
'cause-
not fucking wearing pants.
And that's exactly what happened. And apparently, all he did, he just looked down. He's like, "I'm sorry." And then,
That's it?
yeah, that's all he did. He's like, "I'm sorry." He apologized for taking off his pants. And then, because I was gonna name drop her, but I don't want to do that
Yeah, no,
because
Well-
she's dope. But the boss was like, "Why'd you take off your pants?" And then he's like, "I'm sorry." And then he comes back. This was all during break, by the way. This happened in the span of like 5 minutes. and then he comes back into the break room because their break room's on the opposite end of the warehouse. So he comes back with the walk of shame. And
far
that's a
walk of
long. It's a
shame.
good like 2-3 minute walk depending on how fast you walk. And he comes in. He's just like collects all his things. He's like, "Bye guys," and then walks away. And then we're just like, "What the fuck?"
Oh,
And then the boss
shit.
comes in and she's like, before she even says anything, I'm like, "Yeah, I got you. Like, I'll finish his container." And then she just basically asks what happened. So he lost his job because he took off his pants in the break room. So that,
Shit.
yeah,
That sucks.
crazy story.
Well, like,
Wow.
Yeah.
you know, He said it right there. He took off his pants.
Took off his pants in the
break.
break room.
Yeah.
What goes through your mind?
My question is, how do you take off your pants in the break room and then be like, yo, got a problem? You want to take it to the supervisor?
Like it's normal.
Step to somebody, yeah.
Like,
like we're gonna back you up for taking your pants off in the break room.
like, what are your expectations there? I took my pants off and they don't want me to sit with them. Guys, come on, let him sit with you. He just took off his pants.
I don't see a problem in it.
Like, what do you think's gonna happen?
Yeah, like he said, let's go to the supervisor. Like he thought the other guy was gonna get fired.
He's like, you're gonna get so fucked right now, yo. I'm going straight to the supervisor.
Andre, I think you got a couple work stories too.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Goodness.
no. Where do you start? I don't even think you should.
I don't even want to get into that right now.
So funny though. Come on.
Give us at least one. Just don't
Yeah,
don't use a name.
Give us the lighter one of the story.
All right,
Is
so
there even
I'm at work and I'm training this guy, right? And buddy, he's dealing with chemicals and shit, and he gets some of the chemicals on his hands, and he's like, "Oh, I spilled some on my hands." I'm like, "All right, go wash your hands, no problem." And I'm fathering this guy, like
Like
I'm like babysitting him, like dude has to ask me for everything, and he gets some on his hands, and I tell him to go wash his hands, and like he forgets about it. 2 minutes later, he's rubbing his eye, and then he gets like the shampoo sting in his eye, like he's rubbing his eye. His eye is super red. It's watering bare, and I'm like, he's like washing his eye with a water bottle, and I'm like, dude, like you need to go use the eye wash station. Cause like there's like an eye wash station. Dude puts it on his eye, squirts out the entire bottle onto his face. He's drenched. Looks like he just came out like of the shower. And I start dying of laughing. I'm bursting.
Took a
of laughter.
Snapchat.
Yeah,
Sent it to me.
And you heard me. I was bursting of laughter. And then he asked me. He's like, he looks at me just dripping wet with water, shirt drenched. He's like, "What are you laughing at?" I'm like, dude, like, you're fucking drenched, yo.
How do you forget to wash chemicals off your hands? That's what I don't understand.
Like, what? It's
Don't
like
you guys have to go through some like safety training for that, like Wimmis and shit?
it's like a baby. Like, they pour something on your hand, and you're like, "Don't touch your face." And they're looking at you, and they're like
Chili
slowly
peppers.
moving their hand, rub their face. You're like, "Why would you do that?" Like, come on.
I thought it was no tears.
There's that.
Oh man.
Oh, that's great. That is fantastic.
There's a lot of stories about him. This could be my thing. I'll tell one story about him every episode.
One a week, folks.
There's some good stories.
Uh,
I'll give you one more quick
Here's a
one.
little teaser.
So, dude, I told dude to come into work at 8:30 one morning, and he reaches out like 9:30. He's just like, "Yo, my bad. I was out late last night." And he's like, "I went to a like a rub and tug massage
Whoa.
after work." And I'm like, "Oh, like no way, like say word." And he's like, "Yeah, I was with my boy."
That's like information he didn't even have to share.
How does that conversation even get brought up? Yo, Steven, wanna go rub tug?
Yo, rub tug?
Yeah.
Only with you, man. No problem.
Rub tug bros.
Like,
So he says like he goes to the rub and tug, and then this is one thing you have to remember because it's gonna key in at the end of the story. They pull up, and his boy didn't want to go anymore.
Oh, he got cold feet.
Yeah. So then he went, and he's like, "Yeah, went in
Bro, I
there."
came to rub and tug. You ain't coming in.
He's like, "Yo, I gave them $40, and then I waited in the back," and he's like, "Yo, this Asian lady came out, and she's like, okay, take pants off, lie down." You know? And I'm like, "Yo, this sounds like an old lady. Like, how old is she? Like 40?" He's like 50.
Older, bro.
He's smiling and shit. He's smiling. I'm like, this is another thing. Like, everything he says, you think it's a joke. But you look at him, he's not joking, you know? Like,
50.
he's like, yeah, yo, she's like 50.
Oh,
That was gross, man.
Oh my god.
I'm like, shit, man. Like,
Part of me thought you were gonna say that his friend didn't want to go in anymore, and he was like, he went to the back, and his friend was the one who came out.
Just in a wig and a dress.
like, hey, bro.
No, not even wearing a dress. Like just his friend. Like, all right, yo, drop your pants, lay off.
He's like, yo, rub and tug.
How amazing would have that been?
He's just like, bro.
I would have been like, I would have went to my boss and be like, I can't train this guy anymore. It's just, he's too, like,
He's too
no
much.
filter, you know?
Oh, man. No filter. That's like a dude at my work. The same guy who talks
Obviously.
shit about dropping trowel. Mind you, there's 3 white guys in the fucking break room. Me being one of them. And he will talk he'll just say the most racist shit in the break room. And like nobody it's fucking mind blowing. Like everybody's just quiet and he's just like laughing to himself. like a
What
fucking
would he say?
insane. Like, I
Doesn't
don't know.
really
I don't want to
take it
say
in.
anything that he's like just stuff about like Indians, Asian people, black people. You fucking name it. He
Oh
said
my
it.
God.
It's ridiculous.
I'm like,
Oh.
Exactly what he said. But he still has a job and like it's all Asians and he'll just say some shit about some Asian people and it's like, bro, look where you are right now. Like, read the room, man. Like,
But yeah, so anyways, back to my story.
oh, sorry, I totally cut you off.
So he lies down. Like she's like, yeah, take pants off, lie down. And he's like, yo, can I get a back massage first? And she's like, no, $40, $40 hand job, done.
I was just gonna say, bro, you went to a rub and tug. How are
He
you
thought
out
he
here
was getting-
asking for a
He
fucking
thought he was getting a
like?
full massage, and then like afterwards,
Well, yeah,
they
it's
would do
rub.
that, you know?
It's
No,
rub,
it's rub and tug out.
rub
Yeah.
and tug. The rub is the massage. The tug is the jerk
Oh,
off.
maybe, yeah, you know what?
Rub
That's
and
true.
then the tug. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they just didn't like him.
They're
'cause,
just
like, he's,
chintzy
no,
over
he's a
there,
weird
man.
guy, man. He's a weird guy. I already know. He just gave off a weird vibe, and they're like, all right, I'll just get
Probably.
you know?
They're like, this guy's gonna kill me.
They sent like the oldest lady to the back. They're like,
The hardest bitch in the house.
Yeah,
Like
with the driest hands because she
Right.
counts all the money and shit.
oh, super big calluses.
And they make a lot of cash because everything's in cash, so
Of course it is.
pretty nasty.
Yeah, they move around
Anyways,
a lot.
so she's like, no back massage, no, $40.
Firm no.
You paid like she basically like, yo, you paid $40. That's it. And like apparently he's like, all right. And
She's
then,
basically the matchmaker from Mulan.
yeah. Basically, so he goes in the back, and the matchmaker from Mulan comes out, and she's like, no, $40. And then she gives him a hand job, and apparently he's like, yeah. Apparently he's like 5 minutes went by, and she's like, why you no come? Why you no come? That's it, you're done. And she stopped and she
Oh.
left.
She blue balled him.
Yeah, she stopped and she
Wow.
left. And then he said, he came back to the car, and his boy was lying down in the sun, like, with his hands on his head, like, I don't know. That's.
He died?
Like,
I guess
he
he
didn't
was
crack
like,
the window?
he was wishing that he went in with him,
Oh, okay.
and I'm like, dude, like that's just weird, yo. Like, how was that drive home? You know, like,
Why do you tell that story to a
yeah,
coworker?
very descriptive
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
I can tell.
Yeah, that's
So.
very, very odd.
That happened.
You guys just
Yeah.
have the weirdest shit happen to you.
Remember that time we went to get pop
I
at
was
the
about
mall?
to say, have I told the hot soda
Yeah.
story on
No.
the podcast?
No, not yet.
Okay, so there was this one time me and Andre were just fucking around in the mall. I was just thirsty, so we're like, okay, let's go to the food court. And I just went to some random fucking, like, I don't even know, some, like, random food place. And I was like, hey, can I get a Pepsi with no ice?
It was a shawarma place. That's very important.
All right, okay, so it was a shawarma place, apparently. So I was like, can I get a Pepsi with no ice? The guy's like, looked me dead in the, no ice. And I was like, yeah, no ice. He's like, might be hot.
It's gonna be hot
I
though.
was like, why would it be hot? He's like, I don't know. And he just went and made me my drink, and then that was the end of it. And he didn't. It wasn't even hot.
Yeah, it was fucking
It was
normal.
a
Like it was a
normal-
little
I was like,
cold. It
why
was a
the-
little cold actually.
It was very cold. It was a nice drink. I was like, why the fuck would it be hot? What is I don't. It still baffles me to this day. I can't even.
Usually
wrap
people
my head
don't
around
ask.
it.
That's why he's trying to conserve more by giving you ice. Less
Yeah,
pop.
he's like cheap.
I
Trying to
thought it
th-
was
trying
gonna
to
be
throw
hot
me off.
because like the shawarma's hot and it heats up the drinks.
Who would fall
Hot
for
drink,
that
hot
though?
shawarma.
You know, it's around the hot food, so the drink's gonna be hot. I mean, this is common sense tells you.
Can you imagine though? Someone's like, "Yo, Pepsi, no ice. Might be hot." Ah, shit. You know what? You're right.
Oh, you know what?
Give
He-
me some ice. Yo,
That's a
give
good
me
point.
some
Give me
ice.
the ice. Yeah.
Yo, straight up, he was right
What?
though, because he said it might be hot. You don't know what the chances of that. That's
Could be
definitely like a
20,
50-50, 20, yeah,
20,
like
80, you know, like
it
What
might
would
be
you have
hot.
done if it was actually
Sometimes it's hot, yo.
I would have asked for a new drink with ice.
They're like, yo, this is hot as shit.
Like,
yo.
I told
just
you.
burnt my tongue.
I told you it might be hot, and you don't listen.
Turn around, he's boiling the pop on the thing on the grill. Gonna get this next guy.
Excuse me, sir. What are you doing? Nothing.
Just preparing the pop. It's fine.
I just seen this post on Instagram. I'm gonna show you guys. What do you think about this?
Oh, that reminds me.
Oh shit! Okay, this might
Reminds you of what?
That Peppa Pig is apparently
Oh my
7'1". You guys,
no way.
you guys know Peppa Pig?
Yo, actually, yeah, she's a big pig.
She's 7'1". That is fucking 3 inches shorter than Yao Ming.
I mean, it's obviously not true, but how absurd would that be if it was?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like seriously, but I saw that and it terrified me, honestly. Like,
Yeah, that's a terrifying thought. Peppa Pig being 7'1", that's so scary.
if it was a real thing and like it confronted me, it'd take the form of a 7'1" Peppa Pig, 100%.
You think so?
I know, or that or a mannequin.
It takes on the same animation as Peppa Pig 2 in real life. That'd be scary as shit. That'd be so scary.
Peppa Pig's a dick. I'm just gonna say that much. She's a fucking asshole.
Nah, I swear the baby is a dick.
Nah, Peppa Pig is she's a bitch. Fuck Peppa Pig.
You know what show is weird?
Fucking Pengu?
Yes.
Yeah, that was
Pangu.
strange.
I
Yeah.
fucking Pangu.
Nah, but Pangu was weird. But what I was talking about was fucking Max and Ruby.
Oh,
Oh,
I
that's
hated
right.
Max and
So
Ruby.
Ruby and Max?
Yeah. Max and Ruby.
Ruby and Max?
Oh, shit.
That was a horrible
Yeah.
joke. He was a
Yeah,
shitty
Max-
kid.
Caillou
Bro,
was a
where
fucking
were the
piece
parents?
of shit.
Oh,
Where were the
Caillou
parents?
too. Caillou
Caillou's
was
just a
awful.
little
Every
brat.
day. The parents left
Well,
every day. You saw
it's
the
Caillou,
parents in
man.
Max and Ruby.
Yeah.
And
I
Caillou had
never saw the
cancer.
parents in Max and Ruby.
Caillou had cancer though, so he had an
Yeah,
excuse.
that's what I was gonna say. Like,
Yeah.
you would be a dick too if you were like, "Fuck, yo, like."
Why the fuck am I bald? What
Why
the
is
hell? I'm 6 years old. What the fuck?
Fucking dick though. Like, every episode.
Asshole, man.
I want my toys now.
Okay, Caillou. Okay, we'll get you your toy, Caillou. It's
Yeah,
the
but-
wrong toy.
Asshole chucks it at his head.
Caillou, you drew blood. Good.
Now get in the basement.
So Andre, that picture you wanted to show us?
Oh yeah, straight
Or
up.
that
So I
post?
seen this post on Instagram. Dude had a tan line of his hat on his head.
That's fantastic.
Oh my
His whole
God.
head is
Holy
white,
shit. I wish we could
and
bring
then
that
it
up
has
right
a
now.
shape. Yeah.
I wish we were doing a video just for that one picture.
Oh my god, that would be great.
Shit.
Yo, share that. Give me, send that link to me, and then I'll post it in the description.
And we gotta post
I
it
just
on the
got in
tribe.
trouble. So.
I think I know what just happened over there.
He's laughing now.
Somebody got busted.
It wasn't worth it. I couldn't even describe the photo. He didn't
know.
It wasn't worth it.
He wasn't ready.
It was an accident.
It was an accident. It was an accident. That's an accident.
What even just happened?
Stop talking. Just stop talking.
topics.
Maybe this is a good intermission point, perhaps.
Yeah, I'm down.
Should we take a break?
Yeah. Okay. Intermission.
We're back.
How about them Jays?
I got these Pringles grooves, tangy barbecue. Not bad.
Pringles.
Pringles.
Pringles grooves. So they're Lays.
They're not Lay's. They're Pringles.
They're
Pringles
grooves.
Are they good?
Yeah.
Dude, these are
I like
Lays.
them.
They were.
Well, they were until we didn't get offered any.
Rude.
Fucking the guests and everything don't even offer their hosts no goddamn fucking Pringle grooves. Lays in the.
Got Nature Valley.
And you're just telling us this now.
Nature Valley lunchbox s'mores flavor.
That's not a snack.
Do you guys
That's
want
that's
Kraft Dinner white cheddar?
raw.
All right, we'll get back. You want to see what else we got? You want to see our
Yeah,
haul?
give us the
We
baggie
got
of
some
treats.
Thai kitchen lemongrass chili soup.
Is that ramen?
That's what. First I thought was. I don't know.
Don't
Andre
worry
picked
what
up
it
on the-
is.
It's ramen.
Don't worry what it is.
Andre's getting his Naruto on and eating the ramen.
Some
Oh my god, the
fajita
cat scared the
sauce.
shit out of me.
Oh, you ever had these?
Flamin' hot Cheetos? They're
Sweet,
trash.
The
sweet
chili
chili
ones.
ones.
Oh,
Those ones are really good.
shit.
Indulge in some of those.
Oh, give me some of this tastiness live.
See, I think you leave the bag open.
Don't chew into the microphone.
Chew
Chew into the
It would be
microphone?
like
Not,
an
'cause I'm gonna
ASMR.
listen to it
ASMR
later,
okay,
and
guys,
I will kill
ASMR.
you.
ASMR moment.
Warning: the bag might have been left open. I warned him.
Ew. That's disgusting.
Do you like it?
I need some more to find out.
Yes, more for
Hold
the
on.
ASMR fans.
Ew.
They're pretty good though.
Tony, you want to try some?
No, I'm okay.
Tony's like,
Just
I
yell
just
pass.
turned
Fuck
off
you
of it
guys.
now.
Jesus, that's disgusting.
We should just.
I'm gonna
do a
skip
podcast
right over
of
that.
all
That's
just
horrible.
ASMR.
I'm sure a lot of people will.
I'm truly sorry for anyone else who really hates that. I feel you.
We are now an ASMR podcast, and we only do ASMRs.
The entire podcast will be finished
with an ASMRs format.
That's not gonna happen.
Then why are you whispering as well?
Just so I could tell you that wasn't gonna happen, so I could keep the audience going.
Okay, good. I was getting pretty sick of that bit too.
Yeah, I couldn't ruin it. So, so have you guys heard that?
Those are fucking hot, man. They're kicking in now.
Yeah.
It takes a minute, but they kick in.
So have you guys heard that there's this company that makes a mask that you can wear that
Jim
looks
Carrey. Jim Carrey's a mask. Has it finally happened?
no, but it looks exactly like your cat.
What?
Whose cat?
Why didn't you bring this up when we were talking about cat? Whose cat?
No, like if I got a cat, it would look like that cat I bought.
Yeah, like you can take a picture of your cat, send it in, and they will make a mask that looks exactly like your cat.
So can you get a picture of a random cat?
Probably.
So can I
Like a
get the,
stray
Does it work
cat.
for turtles?
Turtles.
So can I get a picture of the cat from American Dad, and then send that in, the one that attacked Steve, and then put that as a mask on?
I
and
don't see
and
why not.
attack people.
I don't see why not. You can
Yeah,
get that done for $2,715.
Excuse me?
Damn near spit out my beer for fuck's
I was
sake.
gonna say, do you need the courage?
Fucking how much? $2,715.
Oh my god. Just a gut.
Oh, so it's definitely lifelike then. Like it has like fur.
It fucking wants to be.
Yeah, here's a little picture.
Pass some.
That is fucking terrifying.
Pass it around.
Gonna
Pass it around.
Jesus Christ. The cat looks scared as shit, number one.
Well, yeah.
Let me see that.
Oh, it's hypnotizing. I can't look away.
Come on.
Ah,
Pass it on.
pull it away.
Oh my god.
It stares into your soul, right?
Oh my god, yeah.
it
that's
does.
like-
100%.
Now imagine being a cat and seeing that. Tell me how you'd feel.
Holy shit. That's hard. You gotta look at that. Right?
You gotta
That
put that one
looks
in the
so
description so people can
scared.
click on that. That's
That
fucking
looks
terrible.
so fucking real.
You can't look away, right?
No.
Captures your gaze.
Now that you pass it back to me.
So he's looking straight at it again.
Look at the eyes.
Is that the mask? I
Yeah.
feel like that's the mask, though.
It is.
Which
That's
one's
what-
the cat?
I feel
You
like they're
can't
both,
tell.
I feel like they're both the mask. The
Yeah,
the
both
cat's
pic-
in a mask too. That'd be a trip. Mandy Frolich.
Yeah, I believe they're 3D printed.
Oh, 3D printing. What's up with
3D
that?
printing, the fucking way of the future, folks.
It's kind of cool. Well, like, what is it made out of? Not made out of paint.
It's like carbon fiber or some shit.
Carbon fiber. The fuck is that?
It's carbon fiber, yo. It's carbon and fiber.
What? Straight up. What is that?
I have no idea, man. Should I Google carbon fiber right quick? So get scientific on your ass.
How does science always science is everything, I guess, but it always gets brought up here for some unknown reason. According to science, like
Is-
it's crazy.
Every time.
It's true. The first few were like according to science, who's the best Mario Kart racer? And another one was according to science. Are you ready for this? Because of smartphones and the way like we look down at
Oh, yeah,
smartphones
I
all the
remember
time,
that.
we're growing horns in the back of our heads.
Also Techneck.
I never.
Oh yeah, and tech neck.
Cornfest was recently.
Hornfest.
Really?
So according to science,
Such a liar.
carbon fibers or carbon fibers are
Carbon
fibers.
or carbon-
Dude, it says it. It says carbon
Carbon.
fibers or carbon fibers. It's just the R and the E are switched.
All right, listen, man. You got a choice. All right. You got carbon fibers or carbon fibers. Pick one.
It's simple.
What are you waiting for?
Okay. So carbon fibers or carbon fibers are fibers about 5 to 10 micrometers in diameter and composed mostly of carbon atoms. Carbon fibers have several advantages, including high stiffness, high tensile strength, low weight, high chemical resistance. So it's like if someone throws acid at you, it's resistant to
If I do a 3D printing of like
yeah.
a car and someone throws acid at me, I'm good.
And high temperature tolerance and low
Right.
thermal expansion.
Thermal expansion.
Low thermal expansion. So it doesn't
Wow.
it doesn't expand in thermal.
So how much weight can it withstand?
Lots.
We're not gonna have a fucking science lesson about carbon fibers right now.
I just want to
Come
know,
on.
like, if I 3D print like something, how real is it gonna look? You know?
It could look pretty real, but to make these masks creepier, they're covered in fur. Yup. Yup. Covered in fur. So, that's something.
Are they covered in your cat's fur?
Probably. Could you
Probably.
imagine?
Oh my god, you send in like a box of your cat's fur. Don't forget to poke holes.
You just like brush
Oh
your
my
cat.
god. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Wow,
You send them your cat and you don't get the cat back, but you get a mask.
get the mask.
It's like a $2,000 hitman on your cat.
But it's like it's a really small mask.
Well,
Like that could fit a cat if you catch my drift.
That's monstrous.
Yo,
My
that was
God.
definitely like a dark web link.
It
to, like,
yeah,
an
it
unknown
really is.
website.
It really is. So how do you guys feel about this whole let's storm Area 51 thing?
I'm down.
You're down?
Yeah, let's go right now. Pack your bags, kids.
We're gonna
all
do
20
live
all
podcasting.
21 listeners, let's go.
We'll live podcast from the site, and we'll just tell you what happens step by step of the way.
I'm down to go. I'm going to tell you exactly what's going to happen.
Alright.
I'm reaching. I'm staying 10 to 15 meters away from the
You're
main
like,
crowd.
You're like in the back rows.
You're the back row of Kyle's.
I
I'm the front line of
I'm
Kyle's.
pretty fast, so if I see you guys getting in, I'm gonna book it straight to the front. I'm gonna meet you inside. 100%. I'm gonna meet you inside.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
See, I don't know if I would want to be the front line of Kyle's.
You got to be the front line of Kyle's.
They're gonna die like right away.
Most of them, but if you serpentine, you're fine. It's a maneuver. Dude, they teach it in the army. Serpentine.
No, it's
you
true.
dodge
It's
the
true.
bullets.
It is true.
All right, dude. I want to see the fucking Gatling gun. I want to see you serpentine.
I want to see you serpentine the atom dismemberer.
Yeah.
Like,
The molecules.
the molecule dismemberer.
Nah, he's just gonna play dead. Remember?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The man brings out a molecule dismember. I'm like, shit.
But like, what the
Drop
fuck are
on
you
the
doing
floor.
if you actually get in?
You steal an alien and have it
Oh,
as
I
your
know
pet.
exactly what I'm doing.
What are you doing?
They're not
Time
just keeping aliens on the fucking main floor,
What
yo.
do you mean? Why wouldn't they? It's like a display for when you walk in. You know how I
You
work
guys are
when
doing
you-
it so wrong.
No, when
You're
at
doing
work,
it so
when you
wrong.
have the
amateurs.
motivational posters, there's just a bunch of aliens instead in glass
No,
containers.
100% no.
You're gonna go for the alien, dude. You gotta get in there. You gotta look for the janitor or something.
Yeah,
Low-
no,
a lower
the janitor-
class
of course.
worker?
No, it's true.
And then you kidnap him, and you show me where the time machine is.
It's true because
Show me
he
where
knows.
the time machine
They don't have
is.
time machines, man.
You
What
don't
do you
know
think
they
they
don't.
have there?
Alien technology. Time travel is not alien technology.
True.
Show me where the alien gun is in the
No,
spaceship.
see, you take an alien and you treat it as your own, and you teach it, and then it becomes your pet, and then it teaches you about all of its knowledge.
Oh yeah, and then it
see,
takes
and then
you
you
to
don't
its
have
planet
to.
one
Yeah,
day. And fucking anal.
anal probes you
Probes
hard.
you,
Yeah, yeah.
You come back as a clone
At the end of it all, it's
to
not that
destroy
great.
the human
but-
race. Are you simulation?
No.
Yo, it's like a whole Rick and Morty situation where you're not a clone, but you think you're a clone, and everyone tells you you're not, because that's exactly what you would tell a clone, and then you
Yeah.
go fucking insane and take your family and just hide in the woods.
Why are you trying to? Why are you trying to throw us off so bad?
Huh? I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
Alright.
So, how about them Jays?
How about them Jays? Any human would know about them Jays. How about them Jays?
I am aware of the Blue Jays, Toronto Blue Jays.
You sounded like a robot, not an alien.
Straight up.
I'm an alien robot. Well, how does an alien sound? Tell me.
I don't know. I don't have an alien, so
Yeah, it's like
I'll let you know when I get one when the fucking raid happens, bro.
sounds like you're choking.
I don't think they talk. I think they just put their hand on your forehead,
And
and
they
then
transmit all their thoughts to you.
they realize what language you speak, and then after that, they just speak English. So.
Do you guys really think it's gonna happen, or you think people are just talking shit? Because my theory would be that since the CIA only really like announced that it was real in 2013, I believe, I think like some dude really sat down and fucking planned it out. Because you don't just wake up one day and it's like, hey, let's just storm Area 51. They can't stop all of us, right?
I think that's exactly what happened. I think someone woke up, made a Facebook account, bro, let's do it, fuck it, and then it got way too real, and
And
then
he's
now
like,
a bunch of
shit,
people
yeah.
are
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
gonna show up.
The dude who did it wasn't even serious.
He was not even
Shit,
serious,
yeah.
100%. Like, because it all circled around like Joe Rogan had some guy on his podcast who worked at Area 51.
Oh, I think I seen
Like,
that.
Yeah,
Wasn't
and
it Bill something?
Bill.
Bill Lasner?
Yeah, exactly. Some shit like Bill Lazar. Bill Lazar.
Yes. Yo, apparently he has some goop, like alien
Yeah.
goop or some shit in his basement.
So that's why everyone's saying like, yo,
Fucking flubber.
he
has flubber in his
flubber
basement.
There's a whole
basement, yeah.
documentary about it or something.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. But so that's why everyone's doing it, and now it's like I think it got way too far. I think it was never meant to be serious, and now people are actually going to show up, and people are actually going to die.
Someone is getting shot in the head,
100%.
and you know
More than
exactly what's gonna
somebody.
happen after is the people are gonna revolt against the government, and we're gonna have like a revolutionary overturn, kind of like revolutionary
Yo.
warfare, kind of like fucking civilization. People against the power, and kind of like
That's been going
You
on
know,
for
like, that's gonna
33
fucking
weeks in
happen.
France. The yellow
Yeah.
jacket
shit's
protest,
coming
the
to
yellow vest
Canada, yeah.
protest. 33 weeks in France, and not once has it been fucking broadcast on the news. 33 fucking weeks, man. That's bananas.
That's. No,
And not once has like it ever been covered on the news, like national news.
What
They're
are they
trying to-
fighting about?
They're trying to, because the price of living is way too high. So they're like, we can't fucking do this. So they're trying to like protest to get the wages brought up. And like the reason that my theory and my dad's, because we talk about this all the time, it's like they cover it up because they don't want anyone else getting the same idea. They don't want like everyone else doing the same thing and doing it in France, because it was heavy in France, man. Like people were like, there's riots and shit. People were destroying fucking buildings and like glass windows, like storefront windows. They were smashing them.
I am royally pissed.
This is a bullshit.
That actually can segue really nice into this article I found about the wage needed to afford a 2-bedroom apartment in Canada. It's actually really ridiculous.
Not fucking $14.
Where in Canada?
Just
Just
like
in general.
yeah, just like across the board. I just want to find Toronto. Oh, here we go. So apparently in Vancouver, the minimum wage of $12.65
What?
means that one would have to work a 112-hour work week to afford a 2-bedroom apartment.
$12.65
and 65 cents.
Yep.
Holy that's fucking slave wages, bro.
Wait, what?
People
Did you know
minimum wage in Vancouver is $12.65
Oh, shit.
cents.
In Vancouver.
Which means to afford a 2-bedroom apartment, you would have to work 112 hours a week.
That's fucked up.
112 hours a week?
Yep.
You can't do that, man. That's physically impossible. You cannot work that much.
And then in Toronto, at $14 an hour, you would need to put in about 70. Are you guys ready for this?
Yeah.
79 hours for a 1-bedroom apartment, and
Oh my God.
96 hours for a 2-bedroom.
How much do you
If
make?
you were working at McDonald's.
At $14 an hour, so basic minimum wage
Where's that?
in Toronto.
In Toronto.
Fucking Jesus.
In Calgary, at $15, it's 72 hours per week for a 2-bedroom and 56 hours for a 1-bedroom.
Wow. That's fucked up.
Halifax only gets $11.55 an hour, meaning they need to work 78 hours a week.
1265. How old is this article? I don't believe that. 1265?
What the
July
fuck?
18th,
What the
2019.
I knew it.
What the fuck? 1265? That's unreal.
And
that's fucking unreal.
that's coming from Global News, so I believe that to be pretty accurate because I don't think they they can't lie about that.
Bro,
Yo, Halifax is $11.55 an hour.
let's start the riots. Let's do it. Start the protest, man. 1265. That's fucking
Yep.
unreal. You can't live off that shit, bro. It's just not right. And they keep raising shit. And I'm stopping because I'm going to go on
Jordan's
a heavy rant.
On a heavy tangent right now.
They should
But it's
fucking
true.
just give everyone a free house, and then you just pay like a price. You know, like
Your soul.
Yeah. Everyone just pays their soul, and you're like, all right, you got a house.
All right,
And
sweet. You got a house, you got a car.
sign right here. Here's
Sign
some
here,
credit.
Initial here.
$10 credit in our store on your way out. Like, no problem. Have yourself a nice day, all right, guys?
Thanks for the soul.
Some soul music playing on the way out. Soul man. Cashier's like,
Juggling souls and shit.
But yeah, that's pretty fucked up, right? So I don't France has it going on, like they're rioting, they know what's up.
And it hasn't been covered once. Like, it's not in any news outlet out there at all. Like,
Which is
unless you
fucked.
Google it specifically, you will not hear about it.
That's
which is
stupid.
the most fucked up thing.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up. That's like really something people should know about.
Fucking, our dad said the perfect thing. He was like, don't worry about fake news, worry about controlled news. Because it's seriously controlled news, and it's fucking ridiculous.
I have some fun.
you guys have a real signature?
Mine's kind of the same, but it's a lot of the times it's just a scribble.
I was gonna say mine's legit
The
just
first,
a scribble.
it's like the J and the T are pretty good. They're pretty solid every time, and then after that, it's just like a fucking line,
That's mine.
like a bunch of fucking scribbles.
That's pretty much mine.
I have a real signature, but it's like that's not my name. Like it's just like a bunch of scribbles together, and it's
100%, man. Like,
And I've convinced myself along the years that like, yeah, that's an A and like that's an M and shit. Like
pretty much
obviously,
say with me like,
you know,
that's a B. I can see that as an I. Yeah.
She stole my signature.
That's
Yeah,
harsh.
signature.
That's harsh.
It's pretty cool, yeah. It's pretty cool. It's fast.
Fast.
Sonic gotta go fast. Anything about that Sonic? Anything?
Nothing, man. I haven't
heard
heard
See if they're gonna
anything,
redo
but I
that.
also haven't gone out of my way to find anything about
Yeah,
it
that's
either.
true. I
so-
haven't really looked at anything for it, so. I
It'd be
heard they
sick-
did change the design, but I think we said that last time.
They should
Yeah.
make a Grand Theft Auto San Andreas movie with CJ. No, that wouldn't be sick. What am I saying?
Just think about it, like.
Nah, that would not be good, man.
Who would they get cast as CJ? Fucking Tyrese Gibson.
Nah, who's the guy that played fucking Finn in Star Wars? Get him.
That'd be so lame.
I know. 'Cause the movie would be late.
What video games would you like them to turn into movies?
Honestly, none. Like, they don't need to make
True.
video game movies. They're video games for a reason. Like, mind you, they are making an Uncharted video game. Like, guys, they're making an Uncharted video game. No, they're making an Uncharted movie, and fucking Tom Holland
Man,
is
Tom Holland.
is Nathan Drake.
No way.
No way, no way, no way.
Remember that game Life is Strange? It'd be sick to
Yeah.
see a movie on that.
But no,
Sick.
that's what I was gonna say about
Why would-
Uncharted. It's already a movie, man. Like,
Yeah,
have
it's
you
like a
played
movie kinda.
Uncharted? It's a movie that you're playing. It's fucking ridiculous. And if you make that a movie, you're taking away one of the best aspects of Uncharted, is that you get to control it. And now it's not as good. No video game movie is gonna be good because of that reason.
Kingdom Hearts?
That's what I
You
was
could not.
gonna
You
say.
could not make that a
Movie?
fucking movie, man.
No
Are you,
way.
18 fucking movies?
I think they could do it.
Like, imagine.
No, just like
No.
off of the idea of maybe like the
So it
first one.
It would be the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but Kingdom Hearts. But also,
Sick.
it made no sense and it was convoluted as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm down. I'm down.
That sounds sick.
I think the idea of it could work if you just like didn't go too off the rails.
Like if you just did like the first Kingdom Hearts and that's it.
Yeah. Like you don't need to go into like
Yeah,
the
you
2,
just-
2.5, whatever.
Just
whatever.
did like the main
like,
story kind of thing.
You know
Yeah.
what? It wouldn't be a good movie. It would be a great TV show.
Fantastic TV
Yeah.
show.
Because
Oh.
every episode you could go to a different Disney World and shit.
Mhm.
That'd be cool
Mm,
as fuck.
yeah.
That would be really
Yeah,
cool.
it'd be a
Sick.
great TV show. Disney Plus.
Disney Plus?
Inception 2.
What?
Inception 2?
We didn't even need a first one.
There was no
Like-
need for an Inception 1. Honestly, there's really nothing you could do with Inception 2. I guess there is, yeah. Just follow a different, like, heist crew, but...
But it'd be the exact same thing though.
Pretty much.
Like, that's like sequels. Like, a lot of movies don't really need sequels.
Yeah, a lot of them don't. Like, my forever, you don't need a sequel series is Toy Story 4 now. Ever since Toy Story 4 came
Yeah.
out, you don't need that movie. Toy Story 3 was the perfect ending. Come on, you can't look at me and tell me Toy Story 3 was not the perfect ending.
No more Toy Story now. And like that's how they ended it. I was not satisfied with that.
Toy Story 3, were you satisfied?
Toy Story 3?
With that ending, were you satisfied with the ending of Toy Story 3?
I don't really remember.
You-
Fuck.
Yo.
Oh no, we've been unplugged. Okay, so the ending of Toy Story 3, for all you fucking plebs. Yeah, the ending is, so all the toys, like, they have that fucking moment where they all think they're gonna die, and they'll just hold hands and accept their fate, and they get rescued by the alien toys. And then they go back to Andy's house because Andy totally thought he lost the toys and he was super depressed, and he sees him there and he's like, oh my god, my toys. And then he like remembers Bonnie, the little girl from the 4th movie.
Oh yeah, and then
He gives the toys to Bonnie, and then he goes off to college. Like that's the
Oh yeah.
that's
I
the
remember now,
perfect
yeah.
fucking ending for our generation, because we've all fucking been through that, especially with Toy Story. Toy Story 1, we were all little kids.
Yeah.
And then we grew up with Toy Story. We all gave away our toys. We were all pretty much college age. We might not have been going to college.
Except for me.
You've been in college. You're still in fucking college. For fuck's sake.
Still got a lot of toys.
Oh, true. That's not something to brag about, though.
That's okay. Look at my teddy bear hammock above you. No judgments.
All right, well, you're kind of diminishing the point of 90% of adults get rid of their toys, guys. It's part of growing up.
I swear that's the chair.
It's a part of growing up.
You get a lot gassier.
A lot more dairy products and ice creams and creams. Yeah.
All right, so yeah. After that long, awkward silence
Yeah,
and
I
a
think.
hard edit, that's the end, folks. Thanks for joining us for episode 5.
Rachel, thank you for being here.
Yeah,
You're
good
welcome.
having ya.
Hope you can come back. It was fun.
Yeah, good time, good time.
Yeah.
Andre's like, he's like, I don't want her back.
Please,
Just
no.
not saying anything at all.
Yeah, that was a good time. Got smacked around a little time.
Got in a lot of trouble, but hey, it was fun. All right, guys, that's
But
it.
2 out of 3 want you back, so you're good. You're
Yeah,
more than
you're
welcome.
welcome.
You're
Yeah, you
invited.
got majority
Thanks,
vote.
Thank you.
Have a good
Okay.
week.
All
All
right,
right.
see you later.
Bye.